everyone, welcome back to H Boo's Word. I'm Stacey Brewer, where we break down the headlines and hold space for truth, accountability, and for this particular topic, a community of healing. Because look, today we're getting into day 14 of the Diddy trial, and as always, this has been an intense day and, in my opinion, often disrespectful on the part of the defense. But let's get into it. So Diddy's former assistant, Mia, that's not her real name, but she was back on the stand today. And let me tell you, it felt like she's been up there longer than Cassie, who is the prosecution's star witness. Now, her testimony focused on some serious allegations, including SA. But on this day, she also talked about how Diddy stole her phone and tracked her car. Now, defense attorney Brian Steele, he was relentless. I mean, he pulled out greeting cards and text messages to suggest that Mia loved Diddy. Now, one text he highlighted was actually sent just 12 days before Cassie filed her 2023 lawsuit. Now, Mia did admit she once did see Diddy on occasion as a protector, but she also made it clear that she never spoke to anyone about the physical and SA that she faced when it was happening. She has no medical treatment on record. She did not report it to HR. And sadly, that's not unusual for SA survivors. Now, Steele, he also played a video of Mia blowing Diddy a kiss and saying, "I love you," at one of his birthdays. Now, the prosecution, of course, objected to this video being shown. It was apparently sent at the 11th hour, but ultimately it was allowed in. And the judge, however, had to step in with the defense on occasion, accusing them of being argumentative with the witness during their cross-examination. Now, what this means is that they were, in essence, badgering Mia. Now, the energy in the courtroom was tense. Some in the courtroom were apparently offended by Steele's tone, especially how at one point he seemed to mock the Me Too movement. And Steele, in my opinion, he might want to take several seats on that because, look, if anything, it is clear that Cassie, at least, was a victim of DV. So attacking survivors with this kind of dismissiveness is disrespectful and beyond tone deaf. And it was very disappointing to see that on his end. Now, legal experts say that the defense is clearly shifting to a more aggressive approach when it comes to their strategy. Now, Steele tried to suggest that Mia only disclosed her SA after hiring a lawyer, hinting that perhaps she's making this up. But here's the truth. Her lawyer was working pro bono. And Mia, she's not suing Diddy at the moment. She says she doesn't even plan to sue him. So if this were a money grab, wouldn't she have perhaps sued Diddy a long time ago, especially back in 2023 when Cassie sued him? Now, most of those texts the defense showed, they weren't even from her personal account, apparently. They were more work-related, so a professional account. And this is what Mia said on her redirect. She says she posted those birthday messages because, one, she was required to. And when it came to the scrapbook that she made, she said she made it because when Diddy was happy, she felt safe. So it was kind of more survival type of behavior, not necessarily loyalty or love. And she says she didn't want to report him to HR because the last person who did report Diddy in terms of his abuse to Cassie, they were fired. Now, after Mia, the prosecution called a Beverly Hills hotel employee. They testified that Diddy often booked rooms under the name Frank Black. So they, in essence, were establishing a paper trail. They also said that Cassie was often listed as a guest for these bookings. And the jury saw a charge of $500 for oil damage. And I'll just let y'all unpack what that probably means. Now, coming up next is Eddie Garcia, a former hotel security guard. Now, he wanted to plead the fifth, but now he's going to testify under immunity. Now, there's speculation that he may have been bribed by Diddy, and that's probably what he'll testify to cover up, in essence, the Cassie hotel video. If that's true, again, that's bribery under RICO, and that is a serious charge. Also possibly testifying soon will be a forensic video analyst, another former employee, and Brianna, who will also testify that she was also essayed by Diddy. So where does this leave us? This trial is showing us that trauma isn't neat, it's not linear, and that survivors don't always report right away. And saying I love you to an alleged abuser, that can be perhaps a safety measure or safety behavior, not proof you weren't harmed. Now, Mia doesn't seem to be after money. She's not suing, like I said. She says she's a victim. She's standing firm on that. And based off of what we've heard, her story deserves to at least be heard without mockery or shame. And let's not forget, we all saw that video of what Diddy did to Cassie. This is not happening in a vacuum. There's potentially a pattern here, and the court is going to have to weigh it all. But that's it for today's breakdown of day 14 in the Diddy trial. If you've been tuning in, drop your thoughts below. Do you think the defense crossed the line on day 14? What does Mia's testimony say about trauma and survival? Do you believe her? Just be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to share this video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.